Yo, yo, what up? It is me, ya boy, Retro Wolf 64, and I am going to be tackling Firefly's mission in this video episode. Whatever you want to call it, I don't know what to call it at this point, man. But the point is, Firefly is one of the Batman villains I know nothing about, actually. I know for a time I used to be so well versed in all of the Batman stuff, and Firefly was never one of the things that ever came up during my, Batman phase. Also, yes, a voting stage. Starting off with one of these, man. I know last time, I think we started off with the car segment, now we're starting off with the boat segment. One thing I will mention is to be careful of the mines and also the enemy ships, because they will attack you. I forget what this special does here. I think it shoots like a big burst of energy. Though, to be fair, I don't think I've ever really used it all too much, and if I have, I legit do not remember at all. Also, I have tried off-screen to try to make it so then the audio would just be more balanced and centered. For whatever reason, I think it was just, it didn't sound too good, or it sounded kind of weird-ish. So, what I ended up doing was just said, fuck it, I'm scrapping the whole idea of trying to have the audio, at least the game audio, balanced right in the middle and just leave it as is. So, for those whose right headphone or earbud has gone out, I really apologize. I know I said before, I tried to do the best I could. And yes, I think it's one of the few stages where you do get vehicle power-ups. I forget if there was any in the Batmobile stage we did in one of the other Joker stages. But there was, either I didn't notice it or I just completely passed by it. Plus, yeah, those freaking buoys that launch the energy beams or whatever they are. And yes, there are abilities that allow you to have two lasers in front and one laser in the back. I'm just calling them lasers. I don't remember if it's called a missile or something, or if it's just some kind of energy beam or something. I'm just gonna call it an energy beam, because that's what it is. That's really what it is at the end of the day. Shoot a way through, of course. In this case, I just recommend picking a lane, sticking there, and just going through. Mission complete, or I guess level completed, if we're going to be specific. Hive of activity. This is another one of those detective stages, if I am correct on this. I want to say yes? No, actually, it's a platformer stage. Of course, this is one of those platformer beat-em-up stages. I'd say this leans more so on the end of platforming rather than a whole beat 'em up, Double Dragon, Streets of Rage type of deal. Speaking of, I should at some point play a Double Dragon or a Streets of Rage game, just to say that I've at least played one of them. So if I'm going to do it, I want to make sure that it is one of the better, or at least it's one of the better entries in the community. Actually, not even in the community, more so just overall. So, like, I am open to suggestions. Like, anyone who has played a Streets of Rage game or a Double Dragon game, let me know down in the comments which one of Double Dragon and which one of Streets of Rage I should play first. Or there's like a specific, you know, a specific order in which I'm supposed to play through them. As you can see here, you gotta crouch before you jump, so you can jump down. And of course, level complete. Oh, frick! I forgot about this. You gotta defuse bombs. I think the only thing you gotta keep in mind is just getting to the bombs itself. Also, hitboxes are freaking weird, man. I wasn't even near that bomb, and I picked it up and defused it. I think that's 3 of the 6, if I am not mistaken. But there's another. Oh, there's 2 right here. Now, where's the other one? The other one's gotta be around here somewhere. That's the exit right there. I can't really do anything there yet. This is one of the more forgiving stages. If y'all remember the whole debacle. Wait! Did I just phase through the concrete platform? Did I just phase through that? Did anybody else see that, or is that just me? Please tell me I'm not going crazy. Oh, maybe this is the... This is probably the detective stage that I was thinking of. Because that would make sense, actually. Yeah, here we go, detective level. This is one of the... I mean, all the detective stages are going to be a bit weird, honestly. Because they're always so windy, windy. Blue fuse. So, like, seems like I gotta use the fuses for something. Also, you can't have multiple items in your inventory. I don't think I ever mentioned that in the last detective stage. I probably didn't because it wasn't too important. But yeah. So that's a blue fuse, or still more slots for fuses. Was there 3 in this stage? I think there might be 3 in this stage, actually. If I am remembering correctly. It's either 3 or 4 fuses. Also, yes, trying to go through some of the doors can be a bit confusing at times. Also, I believe I've mentioned before, don't feel bad if you never find anything. Snack machine, not much use right now. Guess Batman's not hungry. He probably had nothing important. So Batman is not hungry or thirsty for anything. Either he prepared ahead of time, or he somehow trained himself to make sure he does not need anything. That's still locked. It says too dark to enter. Oh, so we gotta use the fuses in order to progress. But the last fuse... Oh, so there was 3. That seems to have powered the generator. It's a generator box. What do you think it is, my dude? Powering of the generator has brought more light in here, so now we can go through. Door's locked, so we can't really do anything there. A key card to enter. Right, we gotta look for one of those. Gotta use a batarang. As I had to use a batarang, I should say. Past tense. Also, I said this last detective stage. I'll say it again. Search everywhere, search everything. You will sometimes, like, it's always important to do that because you can essentially leave like a trail of where you have been. I will mention now because I feel like I failed to mention before, but anything you have not searched will show up as, you know, a listed item. I found a coin. Only one place to use it, here, in the vending machine. A key card falls from it. But anyway, as I was going on before, anything you have not searched will not list, but show up as something. If you're kind of like paying attention briefly, the filing cabinet I searched what just said like a large filing cabinet. Let's look here. Find a server disk. Computer terminal. Error, main server offline. I'm sure that's what we need the floppy disk for. Also, man, remember floppy disks? Man, technology has advanced so much that now video games take up multiple gigabytes, if not a terabyte at this point. Like, as much as I love having, you know, pretty realistic graphics, there's gotta be a point to where, you know, having super realistic graphics does not take up a freaking terabyte of space on your device. That looks like I was right there. Like, I know this is not really what you consider to be like best graphics. It's like kind of very early 2000s, obviously. But like, sometimes you don't need to make things super realistic in order to have it be good graphics. Sometimes you can make it somewhat stylized and it'll be more realistic than what you're trying to go for. So that's just me and my extremely limited pea-sized knowledge of game development. I am not going to claim to know everything. Searching the desk. Garfield lens. Don't really want to sit off unless I have to, so I gotta find a good use for it. Speaking of, time to go set up the fire alarm. Pressing the alarm. Yeah, sometimes you gotta backtrack. That's one main thing of these games. At least, not games, but stages anyway. So you gotta backtrack every so often. Flaming Skies. Oh, the only flying stage, and it's not in a airplane. You're using a freaking glider! So don't worry about trying to get rid of the Firefly. Pretty much your main goal is to try to just survive and not get hit. Because in this stage, as far as I'm aware, the Firefly cannot be, you know, rid of. So your best bet is to just avoid his attacks, avoid running into him, obviously. Or her, or them, you know? Like I said, I don't really know anything about the Firefly, so unless there is something about the Firefly I don't know about. I don't know, man. Also, as far as I'm aware, there's no health pickups in this stage. I know I'm still going health, but like... I don't know, man. You think you have the occasional health pickup scattered throughout the stage, right? Right? Or is that just me? I don't know, maybe I'm too spoiled by modern video games. One game I do want to play through on YouTube is the remake of Live Alive that got released back in 2022. I remember having a lot of fun with that game and just, you know, like, man, I want to play this, but like, I remember seeing comments on like some of like the OST videos from the remake about like how some of the tracks were getting taken down or whatever. I'm just like, at least according to the comments or whatever. And that's got me a bit worried, you know? One thing I am not worried about, though, is the fight against the Firefly. I think I backed out of the stage. I think I hit B instead of A. Curse you being used to Nintendo controls, dang nabbit. Also, yeah, you can pretty much, like, stay in one area and use the batarangs. Like, in some of these boss fights, the batarang is your best method of attack. Like, seriously. You don't really need to just, like, I guess, move out of the way. Though keep in mind, this is on easy mode, so, you know, keep that in mind. Also, ta-da! I have been the Firefly. Anyway, I am going to stop it here and just, you know, kind of take a quick break before going to the next one. And I will see you all in the next one where we go and tackle, or at least go and confront Mr. Freeze. That'll be interesting to deal with, you know? But anyway, that's enough out of me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one, alright? Take care, and stay cool, everybody.